Hebrew is 7'4". That's why he's afraid to do the grandpa dance. Because he'll hit his head on the ceiling with every bop. So yeah, we'll go to Hangman's Alley so that I can divulge myself of all this junk. And then we'll just take a little look. Only stuff you make. So, okay, just, you know, to continue theory crafting this build, let's presume that I go through and scrap everything in Sanctuary. The guns that end up in the workbench, are they just there forever and I can't touch them? Or can I take them out and then scrap them? Hebrew's actually a celebrity. That'd be pretty genius. Hi, 8'1", I'm dead. Okay, so if I took the Scrapper perk, which I feel would be very appropriate for this build, could I pick up weapons all over the Commonwealth, just not use them? I can scrap them myself? Or is it only stuff in settlements that I'm allowed to use? Let's see, since we're gonna go over to Railroad HQ anyways, I may as well go grab that nuclear shipment. Because I think one thing that the railroad is going to make me do, it's going to be to activate one of their wacky settlement quests. Jet fuel can't melt steel beams. Well, all jet fuel can do is... Oh wait, we don't have any more in the inventory. I can't even remember what jet fuel does. It doesn't melt steel beams, though. That I know. Alright, I can't add. Thanks for coming to hang out. Yeah, let me know when that thing is... set up and I'll test it out. Or would you rather I wait on it, personally? Wait a second, am I not supposed to go into Backstreet Apparel and kill somebody? I think I am. Is this game worth $500? To me it is.
How much time you got? Huh?
You would not believe the amount of time I've spent playing this game. No, I mean the drug in this game. You know.
Excellent.
I think all I really have to do is kill Grundorden, whatever the hell her name is. Clutch. I am definitely running low on purified water. But I have to name whatever I crafted myself. You mean stuff that I used? No, I will stream it, but I just want to know if you want me to wait to show it and have it all be new to me on stream. I think that's probably what you're mostly looking towards, right? I guess if I'm out of fucking water, I should grab some of these bottles, huh? You can't pick up ammo you crafted. Right, I know that, but... Buccaneers fan. Are you starting to get into the weird, like weird builds type thing where you try out the game, like giving yourself a challenge or whatever? You have no power here, Kyle. I did say Krundor, huh? Even though her name is Clutch.
Come on.
They think I'm tough. There we go. I knew that it was one of those types of things. Where's the dangly grenade? Oh, it's right here. Yeah? Come over here then. Yeah, you always say that shit. And then you act like you don't want to hang out. Mailman build? I hope it's mailman as in Karl Malone. And not just mailman. What? Man, what? Come here. Come here. Yeah. It's alright, baby. She intentionally makes it hard for me to pick her up. Which is bullshit. Alright, multiplexity. Yeah, the problem I think is that I just don't have enough time to test all these builds out, you know what I mean? Like I could, I don't know. There's so many builds and challenges that everybody comes up with that I always feel like we're a ton behind. I think the thing to do with the build that Multiplexity is suggesting is to, like, tag every single kind of junk. And then I would only pick up shit that has a magnifying glass on it. Oh, Isha-sama did a follow. Also raised the Doom, thank you for that follow. I'm sorry if I didn't notice it right away, but, you know, a run where you can only kill people stealthily without invisibility. Well, that's just a stealth build. I mean, I mean, you know, if you want pointers or tips or anything like that on that, I could totally help you with that. But that's like a standard build type shit. You know what I mean? That's like one of the two primary ways to play this game.
What is it?
God damn it, I know that I'm in the wrong place now. Character name? Egg? This guy's name is Egg. Tag every single type of junk. But I mean like every component. Do you know what I mean? Because ammo doesn't constitute itself as a component. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, when you tag like a component as opposed to like an item, then all of the shit that has that component in it will show with a magnifying glass. So like, you know, just by tagging all of the different components that show up in your tree,
Let's see what you got.
Let's go.
you should be able to tag all of the different kind of components, and then all of this stuff would be normal. When you get to junk, it would be maxed out. No nuclear material, unfortunately. Let's try Daisy.
Hey, Daisy.
Got some good deals. You won't believe what's...
Uh-huh. Let's see what you got.
A run where you
All the
consume all the
supplies,
drugs you
money,
see.
or
We did that
violence
already too.
combined.
That was the Ponyboy build. Every drug and, well, everything that could be potentially addictive. Of course, by the time we got to whatever point, we no longer had addictions, but yeah. We do, yeah, we did that already. I wish I could say that we're getting behind on our money, but with all of the fertilizer we keep buying, we'll basically have the capacity to crank out a billion chat. Speaking of that, let's go over here and try talking to the junk guy. He might have the stuff we're looking for. Was the Ponyboy run a fun one? The funniest part of the Ponyboy build was when we did... so Ponyboy had a lot of different shit. He could only wear a greaser jacket and jeans. He could only wear sunglasses, and he could only wear a pompadour wig. And he could only use a switchblade.
It's my favorite person.
He also had to run from all rad roaches, and he was like a blitz character. So, and he had to do all the drugs and all the alcohol every time that he came across any of it. Wait a second, where's the fucking junk dealer dipshit? Is he downstairs? I don't get it. You can't use Radaway or other rad stuff. Well, all you gotta do is take the second level of solar powered perk and you'll never need Radaway again. God damn it, where's that junk dealer that's in here sometime?
You knew the boss was hated, right? What was it like working for...
Well, I didn't have to deal with incompetency for one.
Raise the Doom,
There
just to
she
give you an
is.
example of
The
some of the
ice queen
stuff.
cometh. Warm up a little, Claire. I was just
Oh,
asking.
we don't need to do this right
Fred,
now.
this hotel used to be the
Just as an example of some of the stuff that we've done on this stream, but also previous to it. We've beaten the game on survival twice with no kills.
Okay.
And both times it was on survival, but the new playthrough, the one where we play as Bernie Sanders, is on the new survival mode because they updated it. We've also, let's see, we've done the fridge, which is essentially this character, only he could use his fists and he couldn't use stim packs. But he was on old survival, this is on the new survival mode, so it's kind of an update. Also, not being able to use fists is a huge difference between this character and that character. We've also... let's see, what else have we done on here? Grandma Reddit was probably the hardest challenge that we've done so far, where you could only use explosive weapons. And I, for some reason, didn't know that the broadsider is considered a pure explosive weapon, so we didn't use the broadsider. It was all missile launcher, Fat Man, mines, and grenades, and that was it. Do Blitz and Rooted work together? Yes, they do. Because when you teleport with Blitz, it doesn't consider you actually moving. It actually doesn't matter if you stop moving before VATS or not. Because basically, if you're... I mean, especially if you're crouched, but even if you're not, the game will stop you from moving to use your VATS attacks. You'll be stopped either way. Alright, let's try out Tinker Tom over here. Alexis in Vault 81 sells nuclear material. We probably have enough. I was just looking in the power armor station in the Diamond City, and it's not connected to any of my settlements, so I think that must be the top of that place. surprised he didn't shoot a missile at me. I don't think we even went into Vault 81 with this character, did we? Nope. Well, it's no big deal. Can't use companions, so... I'm sure we'll figure it out. Yeah, you know, the funny thing is that the most that we could really do for the, like, final fight of this game is to drop a bunch of, like, fusion cores everywhere. But it would probably do more harm than good. Yeah, that's sort of like a... I mean, what we're talking about now, Dickolas Nipples, is like a theme build rather than a challenge build. And, you know, I do want to do more theme builds, but basically the way that I would like to set up my builds on my channel is to kind of emulate pop culture figures. So, like, if I was going to do a build where I had to use a unique baseball bat and only wear baseball related gear, I would make him look like Mark McGuire or something like that.
Carrington wants to talk with you. Sounds important.
Or, you know, get a mod so that I could look like a baseball fury.
I have plans here to build it.
So that's what
Uh-huh. The Institute uses...
we've spent dozens of years at the end.
Right.
This is
Uh-huh.
This is our top priority now. Tinker
You
Tom's
really
like...
walk the Freedom Trail? By yourself?
Tinker Tom's like, you gotta set up a settlement for me, bro.
Down here in that.
Ready to hand over the plans? This is the...
There you go. Let's see what we need.
Hold on. And you can...
I knew you could figure it out, Tom.
The plans...
You're crazy, Tom. You're
Nice
crazy,
work, Tom.
Tom.
Glad you're on our side.
Hey, tell that to Karen.
Tic Tac Girl, I can maybe stick around for a bit. I will totally host you, though.
I know
I can't really stick around for very long, though.
Or you could build your...
If you'd like, we could do it tomorrow. We could plan on focusing it tomorrow. Talk to Pam about Mercer Station. I can't remember if we've set this up yet or not. Third person and laser rifle.
Confirmed. Agent Charmer, I have a mission for you.
Yeah, the 2076 World Series bat is my favorite too. I mean, I know that there's 2 other unique bats,
I get to set up...
Agent Pacify.
but the 2076 one is the one that would be the most fun to watch, the most
Deacon's
ridiculous to
record is the
see.
best. You could learn a lot from him.
You can learn a lot from him. Why don't you shut up? You gotta be motherfucking my face. I'm not gonna do Jamaica Plain. Fuck that. I'm just gonna build the damn thing. Afraid of found stuff after Nigel Farage? I don't know who that is, man. I'll tell you, like I said, what I have intended to do, and I don't know if it was really gonna work, because there's so little involved with, like, an explanation of what might work for combat, is a series of Welcome to Night Vale characters. Because there's some things about the characters that you know enough that you know you could make a good build out of it. For instance, you know, obviously the whole thing with Carlos the scientist is that he's just a scientist and never explains, like, what he's a scientist of or anything like that. And you know, he has this whole like scientist thing where he's always okay and he, you know, figures shit out super easily and he's always curious about whatever. But it wouldn't be that hard to give him a Vault Tech lab coat and, like, perfect hair and perfect teeth and, you know, Hispanic, and then give him, like, a gamma gun or something like that. And Nigel Farage is a British politician. I thought that guy's name was... not Boris. Was it Boris? I can't remember. What is purified water for? It's just a... I mean, it's a healing item, but if you're playing in survival, you need it in order to... You know... be not thirsty, basically. So I'm going to go to Sanctuary because I need to repair my power armor. I need to build the reactor platform somewhere. Or I guess I could do it... You know, I guess I could do it all the way back at Hangman's Alley or whatever. I'm certainly not going to set up Jamaica Plain. What a piece of shit settlement that is for a safe house. It's the opposite of a fucking safe house. It's a danger house. It's a danger shack. Dover fits. Crichton build pacifist to humans, lots of science perks. Well, I mean, I already did Crichton and all the other characters from Red Dwarf and Fallout 3. If I was gonna do, yeah, like I said, if I was gonna do a new build, a series, it would be for, you know, a different type of pop culture. One thing that I liked the idea of doing was a bunch of young ones characters, but A, none of them are gonna look like themselves, and B, none of them have anything about them that kind of implies that they have any combat experience whatsoever. Probably not McGuire because of the roids. Maybe Maris or Ruth. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know who Maris is, but... I mean, it wouldn't really matter. It could just be, like I said, a baseball fury or something like that from the Warriors. I personally wouldn't want to play as McGuire. That's why I changed it up. And not because of the roids, but just because I'm really not into baseball. Covenant is still worth the Jamaican Plains. That's fucking rich, man. I hate Jamaica Plain for a lot of different reasons. The first reason being that they have an unbelievable amount of shit you have to clear for it to be clear. The second thing is that it's so small, and you can't even scrap all of the shit inside of it. And the third thing is that it's not convenient, really, for you in any way. The roids couldn't mean he uses Psycho all the goddamn time. Well, yeah, Buff Out. I think Buff Out is steroids, if there ever was a drug that relates to it. Roger Maris. John. What about John Henry? John Henry would be a good character too, but unfortunately we couldn't put the baseball swing like 2076 World Series bat. Now see, Babe Ruth would be fun only if every time I, you know, like there's a whole thing involving it. Like every time that I use bats, I call, you know, if I feel like I'm going to do the World Series ping, then I call the shot, and if I happen to do it, then I get to, like, you know, take a sip of bourbon or something like that. You could do Vivian, yeah. I mean, Vivian, I would play Vivian as unarmed and grenades, because as far as I know, those are the only two weapons that he uses, as far as I can remember. Well, that's not true. He does use a sledgehammer to trash the fucking house. But he does more damage to himself with it than he does to the house. If I did Carlos, I would have to have him set up a base of operation in the desert otherworld in the glowing sea. With an army of masked figures. McGuire beat Roger Maris's record. That Roger Maris. So, I'm sorry, Rational Bases. I only know Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa because of the like weird thing that was happening in high school for me. And the only reason I remember Mark McGuire's name is because he was in fucking The Simpsons. Cannot pick up ammo or medicines. Can pick up junk, weapons for scrap, collectibles, miscellaneous, and plants. Can use companions, but you have to create them yourself, aka robots only. Cannot use power armor or any armor. Make sure each of your wanted settlements into a functioning factory. Do not build at a settlement unless you plan to make it into a factory. Goals. Get overalls, set up factories. Well, the only thing you need to do to get overalls is to rescue the Minutemen and then swap out the outfit off of Sturgis for something else. What about Wade Boggs, party boy build? Yeah, I mean, if it was Mark McGuire, then we could use buff out. If it's Wade Boggs, then we could totally just use alcohol and have critical hits the whole time. But Wade Boggs was not like a famous batter or anything like that. Let's see if there's... Oh no, apparently the dog has not put anything in here for me. But there's a fusion core in here. Oh wait, no, Fort Doggo is Nicole. Never mind. Did I even set this place up? Oh yeah, I totally did. You can use fast travel, but only if I drink 76 beers first. Barry Bonds, use the 2076 baseball bat, then explain all of the home runs with the cork in your bat. Who was it that squirted reporters with bleach? Was that Daryl Strawberry? I mean, that's a fucking intense thing to do to a person, even if they are bugging you. A Shook Knight. I unfortunately cannot hang anybody out of a window in this game, or Shook Knight would be a fun build to play as. But, you know, we don't want to do anything that's too, like, that's too on point. You know what I mean? Like, I really don't mind doing, like, historical figures that were fucked up. Like Vlad the Impaler, or Joseph Stalin, or whoever. But there is, and it's a very, you know, a remote possibility, but still a possibility that if we are making a character out of a person who was kind of sick in the fucking head, or you know, is a known bastard, that if I make that build, that somebody in chat will be like, I was personally affected by the fact that, you know, Bill Cosby or whatever, like, is never ever going to be not acquitted, but yeah, no charges are ever going to be filed against him for the time that he sexually assaulted my mother or something like that. Yeah, Putin didn't go down very well. And the person who had taken issue with that particular character had also been a, like, counselor for LGBT people who had come over from Russia to England. And so had every reason to be pissed about it, because every day had to cope with the fact that this guy had fucking ruined these people's lives or whatever. So I get it. Yeah, like Jeffrey Dahmer, or like, you know, the Emmanuel build. I mean, that's fucking bleak. But you know, the guy who kidnapped Elizabeth Smart, or like Charles Manson. You know what I mean? There's a lot of really fucking brutal shit that we could work with here that we really don't want to. We don't want to go down that fucking rabbit hole.